Hello and welcome back to Refresh. On this session, we're going to be talking about functional skills. My name's Richard and I'm here with Mark. So first of all, Mark, can you tell me a bit about your role and what you do?
Yeah, I've been with the company about 22 and a half years now. Started off as a nursery practitioner working in the nurseries, became a manager, but for the last 8 years I've been a functional skills tutor or functional skills officer. I help carry out the online sessions, create resources, mark the mocks that we carry out, provide data, also support the development coaches and the learners with their training and learning, and also get the chance to invigilate some exams.
Sure, great. Okay then, so let's get straight into it.
Okay.
What are functional skills and what's the difference and how do they differ from GCSEs?
Well, Richard, if you can think back to your GCSE days, you probably learned, especially with maths, lots about algebra and trigonometry. Or in the English GCSEs, you might have been doing poetry anthologies. Things which I'm guessing in the last so many years, you've not used at all.
Definitely.
So with functional skills, they're more about problem solving, giving you the skills to use in everyday life. So if you want to lay a carpet, it's finding the area. If you want to put wallpaper up, find the area or perimeters. It's also going to help you set out letters correctly and fill in reports and give you the confidence when talking to customers or people that you work with.
Okay then, so functional skills are quite a big part of the apprenticeship. So once I'm on an apprenticeship, what support will I get and how am I going to get through this?
Well, first of all, we'll give you a diagnostics test to do. This will basically tell us what you know and what you don't know. Once we've worked that bit out, we can then work with you and find out what areas we need to develop you in. So you have a development coach, they'll work with you, they'll create plans, they'll set your assignments. But not only that, you've then got the dedicated functional skills team, which we're part of. What we can do is provide you with additional support. And we have something called Functional Skills for Me. And in this, we provide videos for you to watch. And these videos are online. Once you've watched the videos, we have questions for you to answer after that, which we'll see if you've listened correctly, if you understood what's gone on. Then we have Teach Me sessions where your development coach or one of the functional skills team can sit with you and work through how to do a certain topic, work through practical activities. And then at the end, we've also got a Remind Me, which is a fact sheet, which once you've got a full collection of, you can print off and keep for yourself, and it'll give you that chance to look at and ready for your exams.
Okay, that's great. So when I've done my learning, how am I assessed? How do I actually gain the qualifications?
We have again be assessed and marked by your development coach or one of the functional skills team. And then when your development coach and yourself feel ready, we put you in for a mock exam. The mock exam is sat in as close to exam conditions that we can get it. You work your way through that, and then this is marked. And it's marked by one of the functional skills team who will then give the feedback on it. If you pass that, then we arrange a date for you to sit your actual exam, and you'll be sitting an exam online and hopefully passing that.
Okay, so how's that exam made up of? What do I actually have to do?
For the exam, there will be, in the English exams, there's actually 3 parts of the English. So you've got reading, writing, and speaking, listening, and communication. In the maths exam, there is a calculator part and also a non-calculator part. So you need to get your skills good at not doing a calculator.
How long would you expect for it to take for someone to gain the qualification?
Ideally, we'd expect you to complete your functional skills within the first 6 months of you joining the apprenticeship. But as we know, each learner's different with individual needs. So this time frame can be adapted to suit that learner's needs and their environment.
Okay, that's good. Okay, let's suppose the worst happens and I sit an exam and I don't pass it. What happens? Is that it?
Oh, you will pass it if you're listening to us. But if you don't pass it on your first go, then we can take the feedback from the exam, find the areas you need more work on. If there's a specific area, maybe it was in English, it was punctuation, wasn't so good at, or in maths, it was percentages, then we can re-look at training that, give you further workbooks, let you watch the videos again, carry out the mini assessments. You can come on the online sessions for that. Then we sit another mock. You pass the mock, then we put you in for another exam.
So earlier you kindly pointed out that it's been a while since I was at school doing maths, but is age a limit to gaining these qualifications?
There's not an age limit for you taking and joining the functional skills, What we'll find is some learners who may have left school a couple of years ago have still got some of that knowledge they remember from school. Other learners who are in the more mature years may have forgotten more than they can remember about functional skills. And things have changed. So in maths, I remember one way of doing multiplication, but then we've got lattice methods and grid methods. And there'll be some things which you did 30 years ago at school you've forgotten about or not cared about. So I'm just going to do a bit of a demonstration on one of the subjects which a lot of learners struggle with, which is probability. So probability is odds, the chance of something happening, the likelihood. But it's something that we seem to find people struggle with. So if you're watching it and you want to grab a calculator, grab one now, and we'll have a quick look at a pack of cards. So we have a standard pack of cards, slightly bigger. How many cards is there?
52.
There's 52 cards, half of them are red. So 26 cards are red out of 52. We probably know half is 50%, but using maths, we can work that out as well. So we would say there's 26 out of 52, which is 26 divided by 52, gives us a decimal. And to get from a decimal to a percent means per 100, we multiply by 100, which gives us 50%. So we can say the probability of picking a red card is 50%. Will you get the odds? 50%. So there was a 50% chance though of getting a black card as well. We can take that further, the percentage of getting a heart. So there are 13 hearts in a pack of cards, but there's still 52 cards. So probability now is 13 out of 52. So 13 divided by 52 times 100 is 25%. So you've got a 25% chance of getting a heart. You've halved the odds. Will you beat the odds this time then?
Right,
25% chance of getting a heart.
That one.
That one.
No.
Look, a diamond. Come back to a red card. We can take it even further now. How many aces are in a deck of cards?
4.
There's 4 aces. So the probability of getting an ace is going to become a lot smaller. So there's 4 aces. There's still 52 cards. So 4 divided by 52 times 100, you've got a 7.69% chance. Let's say an 8% chance of getting an ace. How lucky do you feel today?
Well, in past experience, not very.
Will you beat the odds?
Okay, we'll go with that one. No.
No, jack of clubs. And then we can take it one further. Pick a card, any card.
Oh, do you want? Oh,
Yeah, any card.
Go on then.
All right. Tell us what it is. Tell the people at home.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. There's only one Queen of Hearts in that deck. That means you've got a 1 out of 52% chance of getting it right. We follow the same calculations. 1 divided by 52 times 100, 1.9. You have a 2% chance, let's say, picking the Queen of Hearts. If you get the Queen of Hearts, I'll buy you lunch.
Okay, that one. Oh,
So
nearly.
close, yeah? And that's probability. And it's things like that which we can make the sessions practical. We can try and put the fun in functional. We can give it a go and using cards and everyday objects to carry these out. So if you've not looked at maths for a long time or looked at English, practical ways of doing it can be helpful.
That's great. As you said earlier, everyone's different. Everyone's got different needs. What if I needed some additional support?
When a learner if has been identified as having additional needs, then we can adapt the sessions, we can adapt the resources we've got. And when it comes towards exams, we can also ask for scribes. So we can have somebody who can actually do the writing for you in an exam. We can ask for a reader who can read the questions out. And we can even ask for extra time to be added on. And that could be 25%, which in a maths exam, in a 2-hour exam, gives you an extra half an hour as well.
Great. Okay, so we've talked about the learner and what's in it for my learner. So if I put myself in the position of an employer,
Okay.
how do I benefit from, as an employer, my staff gaining these qualifications?
They're going to have something that's functional. Yeah, they're going to be able to solve problems in the workspace. So they might be able to understand ratios. If we take nurseries, we use ratios in the rooms, or catering in a kitchen. You might have to make 12 Yorkshire puddings, but your recipe only says 6, so it's about doubling up, or do you need 36 Yorkshire puddings? It's about, with English, completing reports correctly. If you're writing out a report or a letter, you're setting it out correct. And the speaking and listening and communication part will give you that confidence to speak to your customers, to speak to other team members.
Great. So again, as an employer, what can I do that will help and support the apprentices that I've got?
You can give them time. Time is the one thing that a lot of apprentices need. So you can give them time to join the online sessions that are running, give them time to carry out the work, to sit the mock exams, to attend the exams. But you can also care. You can also be asking them how the session went, what have they learnt during that session, asking them if they need support. Do they need to carry out anything out in the workplace? Would that be a benefit to them? And just giving them that support so they know you're there as well.
Sure. No, that's great. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, so just the one, and it was, is there a limit to the number of times that you can resit a functional skills exam?
There's not so much a limit, but we would say within 3 goes, we think. So if you fail it, once we go through all the work with you again, you can have another go. And we'd get to 3. If you fail by 3, then it would be a chance for you to sit with the development coach and go, right, what's needed next? Do I get another go? It depends, I think, on how close you are to passing. If you're only within 3 or 4 marks and we can identify what that part is that you need, whether it's probability, then we can work on that, which will hopefully push it. But if you're a long way off, we may have to look at alternatives.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.